Pounders, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another social experiment. This time we're going to go down to 5 drafts, the mini Schnau 4. If you want to join us, the rooms are open. We're looking to fill 4 more rooms. They should fill very fast, and we will have 5 going at the same time on a shorter clock. Hashtag trust the ranks. Hashtag trust the overlay. We're going to be able to see that correlation very easy on the fly. Although we still want to challenge ourselves. And with that, we're going to do 5 at the same time. In this first room, it's looking pretty poundless. Although Pete Punch, I believe, is a somewhat of an influencer on the Twitter machine. We get the 3 spot in the second room. That's 2 drafts full. In the 15-second clocks, I've noticed there is, we spoke about this yesterday with Tyler, there is a slight delay of like a second, maybe 1.5 seconds. So you really get like around 13 seconds to make that pick. I think 15 seconds, if it was clean and crisp, would be the perfect amount, but tough to complain. The third room is full and the fourth room is +3. So this is going to be a legit 5. A legit 5 with no delay. The fourth room is just filled. Let's see what we get in the 3 spot. We get pick 7. Oh yeah, these rooms are still looking soft. We get 2 3 spots. Maybe we get a lamb out of that. We're gonna go JJ here. We're probably just gonna auto the first round, first 2 rounds maybe. Waiting on 5 if you want to join us. The mini Schnau 4. No Cap Mac, what's up? Fantasy Football Garage, what's going on, fellas? If you guys haven't already, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. We'll auto Jamar here. If we get the same thing with this 3 spot, we will go Hill instead of Jamar. Just get a little different start. Okay, so I mean, we're in the front half. In every draft. I can't complain. Can't complain. No 101s, no 102s. That's the complaint right there. Room's looking pretty normal right now. He pulls up Devontae Adams to go with Drake London, a pairing that you can't get. Sort of fun. Something in a contest, like a $3 contest that could be fun to do in. Let's go Hill here. We'll go Amon-Ra at 7. And we get another 6 spot in that 5th room. We're on the clock here, and this is just gonna fly. Debo is my highest owned player in the second round. I do seem to have the highest conviction that he is worth the second round pick more so than the other people in that range. I do think there is risk to just about everyone, and you can make the case for Debo. 28 years old. The case is there. E. White, I believe, is a pounder in this room. I mean, this is basically another, in my opinion, what could be a very soft room. We're going to get another Amon-Ra share. In this process, when you are doing 4, 5, 3+ on a faster clock, it is just easier to get your receivers first. Much easier to build out the team. Yeah, like it's DK at 30 here. I have him at 23. We get him even after ADP. We're happy about that. We're happy about that. This one, Jamar Chase, looking to pair him. If Devontae Adams falls, like give us Devontae Adams. Don't be an ADP drafter. Don't be an ADP drafter. Let's go. We get a little Chase Adams. It would be a little more unique if we went Hill at 3, but it looks good. It looks good. Another Debo share. You know what? I'm cool with it. If the majority of the field is going to go Ayuk, Amon-Ra, I do want some to have Debo as well. Let's see what we get with Amon-Ra here. It looks like either Devontae Adams or Ayuk. Or we could pull... Okay, run the clock in other places. Let's get the Debo Hill for week 16. I'm cool with that. Let's go Olave here for the portfolio. And DK basically at ADP is fine. Not going to be mad about that. All right, as we get into these early middle rounds, now you start to have some more decisions to make. ETN or Lamar, I really think ETN's probably too cheap. That's DK. ETN feels like a solid pick, probably anywhere in the third round, to be honest. I'm going to have a ton of ETN this season. The biggest difference I've noticed on the fast clocks are people will completely destroy your stacks. So it's almost easier to grab that rushing QB in these rooms. But a lot of autos, definitely a lot of autos, which naturally just bring ADP drafters, which is fine. But yeah, it's that's basically it. You get a lot more teams that are minus EV. Now with this contest, I like it because everyone is on the fast clock. I do think there is a negative. What's this? Pick 31. We'll go DJ Moore after ADP. I do think there would be a negative if this was added to BBM. Like, why would you choose this clock over? Let's go Pacheco and ETN. I fucking love that combo of running backs after ADP. I do think there'd be a huge disadvantage to you if this was BBM and you were against other drafters that had 30 seconds. I just don't see. Yeah, I get it. Like, time constraint. Bestball is a huge time commitment. I think you'd be super minus EV if you were doing these in BBM, where other people had, more time to basically plan out their teams. And at the same point, you're getting more minus EV teams, more dead teams in your pod weeks 1 to 14. You're losing some of that EV because stacks are being sniped. So for the playoffs, it kind of hurts you in a way. Look at this. We're up in 3, 5, 4, 4, 5. This is going to be a goddamn mess. This will be Lamar or Kirk. I'm good with that. I wanted it to be Lamar. Like the 1-for-1 Christian Kirk for Lamar Jackson, just to me doesn't seem close. Mahomes, and then maybe we go Rice if that falls. That would be nice. Up in one spot here. Yeah, are we just going to end up with a ton of ETN today? That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like. We're padding the stats. Let's go Rice here. We can pad Rice too with these other 3 receivers. T. Higgs over Josh Allen. Let's make the switch. Let's go Josh Allen here. It's just going to be easier to track. Josh Allen again, potentially at pick 43. Like, I have to. I have to. We can try to do this, however. We can try to get Rice at 68, basically right before ADP. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm going ETN and Pacheco again. I think there's a case that they're both underpriced. And you're leveraging Mahomes, which is fun in the playoffs. Yeah, you're hoping other drafters make mistakes from the clock if you're sharp, but at the same point, you might be losing some of that EV if they're sniping your QB snacks. So I don't know how much you're actually making out, because there are dead teams in 30-second drafts as well. How many more dead teams are there in the 15-second drafts versus the 30? So the difference of is what I'm more interested in. He goes D-Mont. I think we can make a case to go tight end over Stevenson here. Where we have the 2 running backs, let's get our tight end in Evan Ingram. Gonna open up a QB stack as well. 1030. Did someone reach on Coleman, which is like so weird. Josh Allen. Ooh, Kincaid falls to us. Let's go. So nice to have that correlation just pop up right in front of your face. Hard to miss. Jada Reed, Godwin. I think we're going to go Godwin here. We have time to think about it. Carolina, Dallas. We'll go Godwin. Potentially James Cook comes back to us in 10 picks. That would be the play for us. And if not, Coleman's just that far down. Especially we're even behind a couple spots versus ADP as well. And he's falling too. Like you could probably put him even further down the board in your ranks. This will be interesting. One of these two is ideal for a 0-2-3-0 start. Just more panic. Less planning. Let's go Rice over. Ooh, we do push Rice right before ADP here by half a spot to pair with Mahomes. Beautiful as wide receiver 5 too. Rice as wide receiver 5. It's goddamn so much fun. BTJ here, Oro Dunes, and Pitts. Like one of these will be really fun. Okay, that's 2 people queued up. If not, what do we have a panic pick? I guess we go Evan Ingram, but Rashee Rice again as wide receiver 4 on this team. Rashee Rice again as wide receiver 5. We can't afford to go QB here, I don't think. Let's just queue up Stevenson. Let's queue up Stevenson here. Whew. So this is a 1-1-5-0 start with Rashee Rice as wide receiver 5. Just like, it seems so strong. Seems so strong. Oh, do we auto Burrow? We definitely autoed Burrow. Lockett's fine. So Burton right here, like we're going to want to start Burton. We're going to want to put Chase Brown into this mix. As an RB3 would be okay. We're going to want to get Geno Smith in this first room as well with our double stack in Seattle. As a QB2. Coleman falls to us, but I'm almost just tempted to get the first running back. Also has a week 16 correlation. New England Buffalo. And then if Keon Coleman falls back to us, then we'll go with him. But it's like the wide receiver desert out here at this pick. So he usually does not fall. Yeah, he goes right after. And I'm okay with that. Maybe we just queue up Curtis Samuel here. Up in 1 pick. This one we have Josh Allen. Also don't have a running back here. Do we give the tiebreaker since we just went Stevenson? Double Detroit. I don't really love how that's, in a way, a bet against Amon-Ra. And I don't want to bring in, like, if I want to bring in Goff, I don't want to also have Amon-Ra or Demont, who's a bet against Amon-Ra and Goff, where those touchdowns go. And sure, you could have a ping pong type situation. So this falls to us pretty nicely. We get the first stack with Burrow here. And Tyler in the house, brunch pounding. Tyler hates the Cincinnati back stack. Plenty of options, right, Ty? Plenty of options with Chase Brown and Burton. The 1-1-5-0 tempted to bring in Bowers here. Warren, we have a week 17 matchup against KC. These guys have tight ends. We might be able to push them, but oh dear. Yeah, let's just go Jaden Daniels in this spot. Okay, cool. So we do get Curtis Samuel to come back around to us basically right at ADP in that room. Up in 10 picks, up in 2, up in 2, up in 2. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. So here, I think, did Warren go? Warren did go for the correlation. 14. Let's go Singletary. We already have a bye week. Okay. Burton's a little early in this spot. Okay. I think Josh Downs makes sense. 12. I guess we should have gone Burton. Based on where, this is my ADP. Based on where he goes at 150, we should be able to get both. James Conner here seems good. Bowers would have been in the conversation as well. So this is a 1-2-5-0 with Allen, Stevenson, week 16 bring back, James Conner, Amon-Ra Debo, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Rashee Rice. Not going to find the Buffalo correlation in this room. Looks like they all went off before ADP. This one is pick 102. Let's bring in B-Rob here with Stevenson, and we'll just figure out by week 14. This one we have the double stack with Josh Allen. Yeah, we autoed Burrow in that room, Ty. So we did miss. And sometimes when you leave up the draft board, it doesn't update in the tabs in the top left, like how many picks away it is. So if you have to close that. So Underdog's ADP, like Burton's down here. So that's why we went Josh Downs first. This team wants Geno Smith as a QB2. Are we okay with just those two at QB? And then do we try to push Burton one more click? Risk it for the biscuit. We're done at tight end in that room. Risk it for the biscuit. A 1-2-5-1 with Mahomes and Rice, Bowers. Can go a few different ways here. I think I want to go this route. And let's give the tiebreaker to Corum, just based on exposure at 10% versus 17. Corum goes before Tony Pollard is goddamn insane to me. Like, that's borderline, like, you have to check yourself. Njoku here, Tyler Lockett, Palmer, Singletary. These two could come back around to us. 3 rooms up in 2 picks. Oh, God. Please. Myers. 1-2 with Jaden Daniels. Maybe Sinnott for tight end 2. Running back's not bad here. Wide receiver we don't necessarily need. Let's just go Chase Brown in that one. This one we get Myers. And this one we get Burton. We push him twice. Oh, feels good. Smallest flex ever. Feels good. So we do get that Joe Burrow double after the Burrow auto. We get to shore up our tight end room with Ingram and Freiermuth. We can look for like a Troy Franklin. Marvin Mims bring back week 17. Denver against Cincy. We don't have to force it, but the option is there. We're looking for Geno Smith in this specific room as well as a QB2 with Seattle double stack. And we're on the clock here. Myers following a few picks. Running back starting to fall off. Jaden Daniels. I think we have to go Tua here first. Tua with Hill. Oh, God, we're on the clock in 2 rooms. I'm okay with the Myers click there. And we're probably okay with Chase Brown here as well. Trust the ranks. Trust the ranks. Trust the ranks. We'll see how these teams turn out afterwards as well. We're on semi-autopilot. Semi-autopilot. Like your pilot's been drinking, falling asleep during the flight. You hit a little bit of turbulence. He wakes up, fixes it, goes back to sleep. That's what we're doing. Little Buffalo double stack, week 16 correlation. We can grab Corley for this team, which is a fun little click for week 17. One, 3, 7, 2. It would be nice to get another RB in this range. Ray Davis is a fun click. By week 12, do we give Gibson? Do we give him the coin flip because of the bye week? 12-12. I think so. Ray Davis here, we get a chance to... I want the Roman Wilson, though. I want the week 17 bring back. We have so many running backs in here that, like, I don't care. Just give me one of them where we can grab that correlation first for the playoff matchup. Sure, 18 picks ahead of ADP, but who cares? Once we hit a certain range, we don't care about ADP. This is the area where I stopped caring about, like, damn, do we just take a backstack Herbert? But we probably, and it's tough with Josh Allen, right? Because let's give the tie break to, let's go Ty Chandler here. Myers, 1, 2, 6, 1. I'm good with Chase Brown. I'm good with Charbonnet there too. We're good with Burton here. Nice. Okay. Uh-oh. Douglas? I think that's the team we need to fucking Gino. I tried the click last second, but we should be able to get him back. We have everyone on that team. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Although, Demario Douglas does give us a little out with Drake May late as well, which I like. Let's go Ty Chandler again here, trying to raise those shares. Hunter Henry's in the mix. Nick Chubb even as RB5 potentially if he falls far enough. He goes right after. This is a potential Sinnott team. Potential Jonnu team as well. Let's actually get rid of Hunter Henry. Both correlate with our QB. And again, like using the overlay helps so much, but if you do 3 drafts, like it's completely manageable. This would be nice. So Pat Fry allows us to stop at 2 tight ends, in my opinion, like comfortably. Okay, we're going to bring in Ray Davis to the Josh Allen team and just say he's a good advance rate piece at his ADP of 150, 160 even, but where we get him. Corley is there for the bring back. Antonio Gibson, we're probably done at running back in this room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're done at running back. So now we're looking for, and it's tough. Like you have Olave, you want to bring in Derek Carr, but you have Josh Allen. Are you guys bringing in Derek Carr and stopping there? Or are you... give us Corley in this room, please. Douglas is another option. We sneak in the Corley pick in this room. We're done at receiver now. I didn't want Gibson. I saw it last second, Gibson and Stevenson. Yeah, we get punished. We're just going to go. And Drake May went off the board in that same time. Gino and Drake May. I can't wait to see what this guy did with Gino. Just naked Gino. Tell me it's naked Gino. We get punished. We get absolutely punished. Last second click, too. Who else can we backstack here? We have New England, but it doesn't matter. We don't have Pittsburgh, do we? Oh, we do have Pittsburgh. This is going to be a Russ team. That's a Russ team. 2% Russ. They want me to go. They just are begging me to go. This is Gino here. Okay. We bring in Gino with DK in this room at least. We're done at 2 QBs. We still need another tight end. It could be Fant. Fant's probably the target. Correlates. Dudes. Let's make the click off of Ray Davis where we have Josh Allen on this team. Let's go Algier. Okay, we go Sinnott. 6 picks early. We're done at tight end here. You have to like look up and make sure you're not on the clock anywhere. I'm okay reaching up for Russell Wilson here. Otherwise, we're going to get boxed at QB pretty soon. We have the Freiermuth stack. We have the Rice bring back. Do we want McCarthy as well? I think you could argue McCarthy here as a third QB. And in hindsight, we probably should have gone McCarthy before Russ, but they're just begging me to take Gibson in these rooms. I'm going to. I'm going to listen. Eventually, I'm just going to do it. And this looks like a pretty good spot here. This looks like a pretty good spot. So we do get Corley in this room as a bring back. We need our second tight end. Up in 7 picks. Again, they're just mocking me. They're just mocking me. We'll take a Ray Davis. Fuck it. He goes so late. We'll focus on these two for week 12. Might be a rough week, but it's fine. We get Rashawn Johnson super late, which we like. Can we stop here at 5? I think so. If I'm going to be weak at any position, like make it running back. Make it tight end, you could argue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers. Who's your guys' favorite tight end in this range? Because I have like an even mix of these guys. Let's go Juwan. Let's live in the world of uncertainty. And we do get JJ in this room, which is perfect for our 3 QBs. We actually bring in a double stack. So we get the other side of the ball. We miss out on Geno, but we hit McCarthy and we still make it count, at least for this week 16 stack against Seattle. So that worked out very nicely. That team's done. This team done it tight end. We need a QB. Drake May, New England. Do we just go naked Drake May? Drake May Stevenson. I like the Drake May combo with Josh Allen because he has a late bye week. He should have some standalone value as a rushing QB. Do wish we had one pass catcher in here, so maybe do we get Baker, or if he's not there, do we just bring in Kendrick Bourne, who should be super low owned? This is a 1, 5, 6, 2. Josh Allen. Baker Mayfield's here for the Godwin stack. I know Corley's there. Realistically, we want both, but we might not be able to get both. I don't know if we made that click at the last second, but that was insane, if that's what registered. This is a 2-5-7-2. We're done at running back in this room. You could argue the third tight end just because of correlation. You could argue another QB as well. We don't have a whole lot to correlate. Drake May, I believe, is off the board. Yeah, that probably should have been Drake May first, and then I don't know. I think that one's close. That one could go either way. We have one more click on this team. We bring in the correlated. Oh, good. So we get Javon Baker here with our late Drake May stack with Stevenson as well. Sick. I have no idea who we... Oh, we ended up going Hyatt. Okay, that's fine. Thank God for the ranks. McMillan here as the double stack, which is what we were hoping would fall back to us with the Baker click. Really, really nice. So now we have that double with Baker Mayfield. Sometimes you just got to trust the ADP. Of the ranks, of course. Of the ranks. And if you guys want the ranks, any tier of the Patreon, updated every single week, the CSV, as well as the Maxer on YouTube memberships. But I'm going to be happy with all these teams, I think. I think there's an auto pick in here somewhere that might have thrown off the balance, but what do we want to do with this one? We have a 2-5-8-2, obviously done at QB. We're done at running back. We have Rice as our wide receiver 4, Curtis Samuel, Jermaine Burton. Maybe we bring in someone that pads this team a little bit. Maybe like a Hyatt or a low-owned Parker Washington could be fun. Greg Dortch would also make sense here. Let's go Dortch the Torch. Okay, Dortch goes off. We're just going to go Hyatt, I think. I'm waiting for someone in the comments to be like, go Chase Claypool. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Just going to auto Hyatt. That team's done. This one is a 2-5-7-3. Probably needs another receiver. Let's go Malik Washington for the stack. 2-5-7-2. Limited time on the clock. To me, it looks like a receiver. Let's bring in Javon Baker for the week 16 correlation. All right. That's a wrap. We're going to check. Oh, shit. We got one more pick over here. This team looks so strong that I don't even need an extra pick. Jordan wants the AT click. I've done way worse than Allen and Carr. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It just feels so bad giving up a QB scoring week. And, of course, like, I'm more apt to do that in 3 out of 12 advance, 4 out of 12 advance. It's a $3 tournament. Realistically, like, who cares? I do think it does hurt the advance rates when you're taking a 0 at QB. It's much easier to do in, like the Dalmatian last year. We had a solo Mahomes team that we came in 3rd in. There's multiple reasons not to go 1 QB, but there's also multiple reasons to not pair the bye weeks of your QBs. So this is a 2-5-8-2. Stevenson, Connor, Chase Brown, Algier, Ray Davis. We can go RB here. Shipley might be fun for this team. Receivers, Amon-Ra, Debo, DJ Moore, Godwin. Rice is our wide receiver 5. With Myers, McMillan, double stack with Godwin. Like, this is just a fun team. Let's go a low-owned Shipley for us. And again, these contests are going to fill because this is the Schnau 4. The Schnau 3 already filled. It's going to fill quick. Shipley's click rate's going to be very low. So taking that risk on a pick like in the last round that he can find his way into, you know, RB2 status in Philly. Obviously, the contingent value of a Saquon going down. But they would use some sort of, it's not like he becomes the 80% guy, but they'll use a mix, but his role would definitely go up. I like this team too. Njoku and Fry. So we'll check out these 5 squads. We did them all at once. We'll wait for this last room to fill. 1 and 0. Is that them all? That is all of them. All right. Let's see how these actually turned out. 5 15-second drafts all at once. We're almost maxed actually on this. So maybe we'll just do the last 2 here. How many likes are we at? If you guys haven't already, go down and slap the like on a live stream. I think we're going to rip 2 more drafts just for fun. Just for fun. Josh Allen and May. I love that combo. Stevenson as a bring back. We also get the correlation on the other side. B-Rob, Tony Pollard, Chase Brown, and Ray Davis. I'm not doing it a lot, bringing in Ray Davis, and Josh Allen feels like a bet against him, but can Ray Davis just be good at his current price? Be a good advance rate play, and Josh Allen still get there? Pretty easily. Amon-Ra, Olave, DJ Moore, Rice's wide receiver 4, Curtis Samuel stacked, Burton, Corley as a Week 17 bringback, Javon Baker, Jalen Hyatt with Kincaid and Johnny Smith. This team came out pretty good for doing 5 at once, 5 15-second drafts at once. We're getting that correlation very easily in Week 16, in Week 17. Thanks. Shout out to the overlay. The second one, Jaden Daniels and Tua. I believe we did sneak a Sinnott pick. Yeah, we did. Okay. ETN, Pacheco, Chase Brown, Ty Chandler, and Gibson just feels really balanced. Good amount of capital spent, I think. Hill, Debo, DK, Rice, Lockett, Burton, Javon Baker, and Malik Washington. Definitely leaning into some of these rookies hitting. Evan Ingram, Sinnott, and Johnny Smith correlating a little triple stack in Miami. And then we get the single stack with Jaden Daniels, who I think might have been an auto click. I think that might have been an auto. Made it into your Drake and Josh team. Nice. So we had some sharper drafters in some of those rooms. But largely, I think we lucked out by kind of fading the pound in this one. Josh Allen and Mayfield, team number 3. Reminder, Stevenson, Connor, Chase Brown, Algier, Ray Davis, and Shipley. I think this last pick was really just a luxury pick. Amon-Ra, Debo, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Rice. As you can see, I'm pumping up my Rice exposures. I don't think I'm not really hiding it. I do think there's a chance that he goes into the 58 range, 59 range relatively soon. It depends. Some of these players, like if you don't get news on them, you start thinking like the opposite case. Like they've been falling. You don't hear anything on them, and it's like, what if? What if he only gets 3 games? What if he doesn't get suspended and it's pushed off to next year? Like you start thinking the opposite case. You're seeing some of that come back around. But yeah, Rice is wide receiver 5. I don't care if he misses 6 games. With Myers to go after him. With McMillan, double stacked. Javon Baker is a Week 16 bring back with our just Josh Allen, Ray Davis share. It is what it is. Njoku and Freiermuth is a nice combo. The 4 team, Mahomes and Geno Smith. Stevenson, Singletary, Corum, Ty Chandler, and Rashawn Johnson. This is like a little more towards the 0 RB. Could have probably brought in a 6th, but can this work? Like, absolutely. Chase, Adams, DK, Kirk, Rice is wide receiver 5. Yeah, we should have gone. We autoed here. This is the team we autoed. It should have been a running back for sure. Myers, Roman Wilson as a Week 17 bring back with Rice and Mahomes. Corley and Hyatt with Bowers and Juwan Johnson. Yeah, this one turned out nice as well. We get to correlate some of this Week 16, 17 games and get our stacks. And then this one, we get sniped on Geno, and it was kind of our fault. We tried pushing him. Try to push him with the double stack here with DK as well as Lockett. And he does even go to the JSN team. Like, that's the funny part. But 3 QBs, ETN, Pacheco, Chase Brown, Antonio Gibson, Rashawn Johnson, JJ, Debo, DK, Rice, Lockett, Downs, Burton, Douglas. We get Evan Ingram and Pat Fry. We get this late stack with Russell Wilson. We have the Pacheco Rice bring back for Week 17, which is fun. We get into a little Week 16 correlation with Seattle against Minnesota, which is nice. And we get our late back stack with Burton and Chase Brown. This team is like the absolute leverage squad that you need Week 17. You need it to just be ugly. You need the back stacks, not the main stacks. And yeah, this one was fun. But 5 teams at once, 15-second clocks, correlated relatively easily. Let's jump into another one. We're just going to do 2. We're going to do our last 2 on the Schnauz. So if you want to join us, go ahead. One more. Should be able to get a lot of people in the second room. Go to active. Go to this one. Okay, now we have both drafts up. Bingo, bingo. Now we can focus. Now we can settle the heart rate. We can take a sip of water. We can give a shout out to the boys. Adam in the house. Shock. Connor. Ty. Jordan, appreciate you guys coming out. We'll just let ADP Jesus take the wheel on this one. You know what? I'm not seeing a lot of pounders in this room. Socrates, not sure if they're a pounder. 0? I know we have a 0 in the pound, but I thought he had a badge. Dude, we get the 2 spot in both. We get the 2 spot in both. Shock in the 4 spot in the second room. Coop in the 9. Ben at 11 and Logan at 12. Okay, so we got a little pounders room. We'll put that in the 1 spot. We'll put that in the 101 in my tabs in the top left. Should be fun. Sharky, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? He goes Lamb 101, so we'll get a CMC share. Watch, we're not going to get a Lamb share out of this. Chess Liam just making people believers. I told you we're not getting a Lamb share out of this. I just felt it. I felt it. You're giving... Okay, that's fine. Fine. I feel like we've seen this mistake happen before. Like, very recent. Like, last year. It's tough for me to get there at Lamb at the 101. Especially with the receivers that come back to you at the 2-3 turn. Like, you're getting 2 receivers automatically that you like, or at least that I like. So that's why I think it's even easier to go CMC this year at the 101, but that could just be me. That could just be me. Can I stop getting the back end of the draft? You got to get out of these influenced drafts. There's just too much influence. So much influence that I don't even need the 101 to get CMC in both drafts. Coaches hate A.T. Perry. Yeah, he's getting some negative news, but like, someone's got to catch balls. Juwan Johnson gets hurt. I'm mixing in A.T. Perry. I've slowed down a lot, but the Derek Carr thing with him going so late and you getting some guaranteed QB, whatever, QB3 numbers, QB2 some weeks, feels like a pretty good value. And if you need to stack them, like, there's worse stacks for the price. Drake London, Marvin Harrison for Logan. Ben goes Puka and Gibbs. Olave Wilson. JT AJ Brown. JT Monrod. Looking for anyone getting out of order. Any rare combos. Garrett Wilson Adams is fun. Debo off the board, so we're going to get away from our main guy in the second round. We're going to skip over... We're going to skip over Devonta Smith here. In my most common stacks are Mike Evans with CMC. We're not going to change just yet. We're not going to change just yet. We are going to bring in Mike Evans, and maybe we get different with this click. Maybe we just go Cooper Kupp here. That's how we're going to get different. Again, with a CMC share. Let's go DK, and let's let Toker grab the wheel, see what he wants to do. Okay, he goes Devonta Smith. And Neighbors. This feels like chalk, but is it a bad thing? go Mike Evans. There's plenty of time to get different. Let's go Mike Evans here. I feel like a lot of people do go Mike Evans too with CeeDee Lamb because of that Week 16 dome game, which, I mean, is appetizing. It definitely is appetizing with Mike Evans Lamb. Jalen Hurts at 27. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. The badgeless are here, and they're out to play. ADP 39, so full round before ADP. This is what you were seeing in the big board. You were seeing Jalen Hurts go in this range in the big board. So people that have been away from the draft scene and they're just like coming back, you're going to get these drafters that don't know the landscape right now, don't know the way the players are trending. So just being involved and watching content and keeping an update in the draft room is huge. It's huge. Someone just took Mahomes at 22 in a BBM 5. Oh, this another reason why it's so nice to save like a good amount of those BBM shares for July and August. D Hop at 27. Is this the same BBM? Oh dear. You're gonna have to send me that draft room on put that in the Discord. Let me link the Discord for the fellas in the chat. Link is in the description, but we'll throw it up here. We'll throw it up here. Make it nice and easy. And if you guys are interested in the overlay, fully recommend it. Link is in the description. It's also in the comments. For the price of less than 1 BBM, you too could be correlating without hurting your brain. And is this year going to be a tougher year to make the finals with more people bringing in Week 16 minis than ever? We're definitely going Lamar here. We're definitely going Lamar here. And we got different too with the Cooper Kupp pick. So I feel good about the chalky Lamar CMC that Tyler and I were discussing yesterday by doing that. And let's, do we let it ride at receiver? It feels so bad. It feels so bad. Maybe we just go Ridley, play it safe. We're going Ridley. Could have let it ride, and then you're just praying. You're just praying that you get players that come back to you that you like. We're just going to let the clock run out on ETN. We're just going to let the clock run out. I don't want to go the Tampa Bay double. Do we get Rice back at 71, basically at ADP? Like, there's no chance. There's too many pounders in this room. So who are we going to get back to us at 71? That's the question. And do we think we can recover? Ooh, it's a risk. Let's send it. Let's send it with Lamar. Let's send it with Lamar and ETN in this spot. I think you're going to run into a lot of Lamar Andrews teams here. So we get 2 different starts with CMC and Lamar. We have nice and late QBs that we can bring into in Geno and in Baker Mayfield. Where maybe that's the stack you need. Maybe. Yeah, Jordan, I can't wait to see that draft room. That's it sounds like it's on the verge of being canceled right now. Lamar, CMC, Evans, Kupp, Ridley. I don't think there's a lot of pounders in this room, so I do think there's a better chance that we get. And could we go for like the D Hop, Calvin Ridley double stack? I think that would be viable. I'm not too afraid of those ADPs. Dunes goes off. Deontay Johnson goes off a little early at 62. Joe Mixon is 64. Let's see. The 5 spot has 2 receivers, so he's going to be playing catch up probably. Let's go. Casey in the house grinding on the clock. Grinding on the clock. Reminds me of when I was in college, and this is before Black Friday when online poker was shut down. Freshman year, I'm like in English class, like 101 or whatever the heck it was. I couldn't get the tabs down because laptops weren't that fast back in the day. So I'm like trying to alt tab. I am slapping the shit out of alt tab. Professor's like passing back papers, whatever. Is that my table? It was like, are you playing Hearts? Like, yes. Yeah, I'll get off it right now. I'll get off it right now. Are you playing Hearts? Oh shit. I remember that like it was yesterday. Yes, it's Hearts. Leave me alone. I'm in a heated game. Give us BTJ, please. If not, give us one of these two. It's fine. We do get Rice here, and we get Ladd or Evan Ingram. All right, we're going Ladd. We're going high T at receiver, and then we do get Seawat here. Let's mix in Seawat. This room is definitely a little tougher. A little tougher. It would have been nice to get BTJ, get 2 rookies, but I don't mind this as well. Do we bring in Jordan Love on this team if he falls to us? Try to get some sort of Wicks pick, get Musgrave, bring in some Green Bay correlation, or do we just abandon the ship, maybe go for Herbert later in the 130s with the Lamar? All right, Adam. Adam, we crossed the line. We crossed the line. We crossed the line. Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road. Dude's in a live stream and drafting. He's in the passenger seat. He's in the passenger seat. Up in 13 picks at pick 95 and 98. Just like the wide receiver desert, basically. Not a bad spot to bring in Bowers if he's available. Or double tapping running back. We don't have QBs that go in that range, so we're going to be ignoring the QBs. Although you could bring in Daniels. Same bye week as Lamar. Don't know how I feel about that. Don't love it. Different Adam. Yeah, Adam's in the live stream just being a good moderator. Just moderating. It's like, what did I do? Different Adam. Different Adam. I think we're 1 subscriber away from the 1630 mark. We're on the way to 2K subs for a 24-hour live stream, and we'll have some of your favorite influencers and fantasy football podcasters as guests. So help us get to that 24-hour live stream, and we'll make it a very, very fun stream. Alvin Kamara goes off at 88 to Coop. That's where I like to mix in Kamara. It's basically right near 90. It's like around a 10 pick. He gets an 11 pick drop on him. We have him at 83, but even then, I tend to just, my bias kicks in, my anti-Kamara bias, and I should be mixing in some more. Admitting it is the first step. If James Conner's there, we will gladly go James Conner. If not, and he is, so we're just going to click it. I was going to say Jalen Warren there for the week 16. Do we get James Conner over here? Oh, Bowers goes off 1 pick before. Let's go Lockett. I just don't feel like getting boxed. Does Singletary have a chance of falling back to us? Very thin chance. Let's risk it. We have CMC. Let's risk it. This is just like, this range is just, it's whatever. Like, get me out of this range. Could go Palmer there and try to go for that Chargers double stack. I'd probably rather just go James Conner. I know I'm stopping at 5 running backs now. Potentially, you could stop at 4. If we go in and somehow, like, I don't know. Who's your favorite click in this range? Maybe, like, you could do it with, like, a Corum, potentially. You could do it with maybe, like, a Tajay Spears. But most likely, it's going to be a 5 running back build. And James Conner sort of solidifies that as well. And B-Rob went 1 click, 2 clicks after at pick 100 to shock. We have this Seattle double, so now we are leaning in on Geno a little later. Up in 12 picks there, up in 12 picks in both rooms, of course, because it's always got to be even. I figure with the Njoku click in 98, I'm going to like the running backs better on the way back around at 119 than I will the tight ends. And that's sort of dependent on if Goddard's there or not. But when you're on the ends, like, you can just get boxed at a position. It's easier to get out of the tight end box. Like, we can sort of lean on Likely. Maybe we go Kate Otten with Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield. Like, there's options here with this team. Tennessee, like, we have late stacking partners at tight end, but let's see what comes back to us. B-Rob's still on the board, 7 picks away. The dream's still alive. The dream's still alive. This team's a 1-3-5-0. Receiver room is, God, it's homely. It definitely is homely. You want Herbert. Yeah, so tight end goes in this room. He goes Myers. Yeesh. Oh, what a disgusting, gross range. Let's bring in Freiermuth first. Let's reach up for the Pat Fryer. Let's reach out for the Pat Friars, our tight end 1. We do sneak in some week 16 correlation against Lamar in Baltimore. And over here, maybe we do get the double stack with Palmer, Ladd, and Justin Herbert. And we do push Justin Herbert. Could have gone a late Geno too. He could also kind of depend on the ping pong. So maybe we go Johnston on this team because I'm going to be, I'm at 5%. We'll go Justin Herbert here. So interesting. We have multiple outs with the same QBs. Multiple different outs, different combinations of 2 similar type starts. Even at receiver between Evans and Kupp versus Evans and DK. This one has CMC and ETN. The other one has CMC and James Conner. So this is fun. Get a little different pieces in different spots. Freiermuth. Who do we want our second tight end to be here? Is this the Hayden Hurst team? Is this finally the Hayden Hurst squad? Has anyone in the chat drafted Hayden Hurst yet? Or are we just waiting on the Chargers tight ends? We know not Palmer. We know oh my God. Haven't drafted him yet. Parham isn't the guy. Like, he'll give you red zone role, which is important, which I think does hurt Hayden Hurst, which is probably a reason why I haven't clicked him. He's not going to be like get you down the field type guy, but an amazing target in the red zone. Okay, we got some sickos in the chat. I took him once, a few times. All right, so we got the boys in the chat giving him an ADP. I do think you can mix him in. I think it's more fun in these contests where it fills, right? The contest fills. There's no going back and drafting him and adding those shares to a contest that fills. Where in BBM, we can probably just wait. Like, he's not going to rise that much if we find out, yeah, like Hayden Hurst is, taking reps with the ones. And one, I feel guilty about it. Yeah, I know. $3 draft might be the spot, though. It might be the spot to get our double stack. Did QJ go off the board here? No, he didn't. I have him down the board, too. But where he correlates, I think we mix him in here, and it's just fine. I also want to bring in a probably Hunter Henry here in this spot. Get our week 17 matchup correlated with the Chargers and New England. No 20 drafts at once. No, we did 5 on the last stream. This is just 2 to finish up to get us to 20. Maybe we do the 20 again at another point, but that was wildfire. That was wildfire. All right, so we bring in that week 17 matchup in Hunter Henry. I sort of also want like Demario Douglas on this team for some reason. Or Bateman. Oh, God. That 3% Bateman. Painful to get it up. Don't quote that. That's just, don't quote that. We're going to make the Ty Chandler pick here. He goes Polk very aggressively. The Insta Polk. And Komet. Let's go Leggett here. Let's go Leggett. 8 picks after ADP. That's where I kind of give the tiebreaker with Burton here, where we have 24%. I haven't yet, but I'm leaning Disley. God. Triple H. Oh, shit. Who do we want? I don't think I could do the Hayden Hurst thing. I don't think I could do it, boys. And even if I did, I don't know if I could have it be on stream. Like the public shame that could come of this is wild. We have a little week 16 mini here between McLaughlin. Like, see, this is stuff that I would just not see if I didn't have the overlay. Demario Douglas. Is Hunter Henry off the board already? Where the F? Is that likely at 149, bro? Dude, 30 picks? Slow. Go get your guys, Super Stack. It's not even a stack, but go get my guys, I guess. Go get my guys. Hunter Henry won at 142. Oh my God. What is happening in this room? What is happening in this room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have to peek at what's going on in that room like afterwards. Like we're gonna have to talk about that. Yeah, that makes the view worse. This is a Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert 2-3-6-2. Very strong at running back. Could argue done at tight end, but what's the hurt to bring in one more? Do we bring in the Lamar stack here, or do we just go likely afterwards and just say, fuck you? Sorry, Bateman. It's not happening. It's not happening today. It's not happening today. Let's just bring in the third tight end with likely. Watch, he's not going to let me. Toker, don't be that guy. I'm trying to impress my friends. Don't be that guy. Oh, God, the panic pick. The panic pick. Told you. Okay. All right. We correlated Lamar. We get to keep our friends. Everything is good so far. Ooh. I don't know. He says, Nick says $100 to anyone that Pickens will be top 12. That's a dangerous bet because specifics are everything. Specifics are everything. Top 12 overall. Ray Davis still on the board. McLaughlin goes. This guy definitely has this guy is drafting out of my player queue. I'm now fully convinced. I want the week 17 bring back. I get a different bring back on this team versus the Hunter Henry and the other one, which is cool. I also want this is the one that likely went off 30 picks early. Just used to likely being there as like a free click. He's not. Because we have some psychos in this pod. 2, 3, 8, 1. We're going to figure out our tight end 2 on this, I guess. Do we bring in a little Chig? Do we bring in... Oh, God. The Hayden Hurst just like mocking me in the parentheses, telling me it's correlated. Oh, top 12 bust. Yeah, I was going to say, which side are you on? Left it very open-ended. I guess that's a good way to win $100, though. Evans, Cooper Kupp, Ridley, Rice, McConkey, Palmer, Leggett, DeMario Douglas. We have like a mix of upside, unknown potential with McConkey. Rookie upside again with Leggett. Maybe some people that are a little better, making sure this team isn't completely dead if you get a bust in here. Rice, I think we could pad a 6-game suspension even on this team. So far, I like the build. I think we're done at receiver. We don't need 6 RBs on this team. So, like one of these 3, I'm good with. Maybe that allows us to go 3 tight ends. Conklin would probably be nice. A little week 16 mini Cooper Kupp against the Jets. If not, like Noah Fant, and we'll just figure out by week 10 at tight end. I do really want one of these 2. We see Chiggy go off the board. We don't have anyone queued here, but I do like Rashawn Johnson. This is going to allow us to stop 5 RBs, and then we're going to double tap receiver to end this draft. Dortch seems like he might be a good pick for this team. Ceiling, God knows what. Jeez. Yeah, we definitely need 2 receivers here. This needs to be 2, 5, 8, 3. It probably still ends up being a luxury pick. Like, realistically, what's the 9th receiver going to do? We're making bets that, on this offense, and that's how you do it. Like, if they're bad, you probably just don't advance anyways. Dude, is this Thad? Thad, we changed the YouTube name, but you can't hide. You can't hide. Hashtag get your guys. What's the last pick here that you guys like for this team? What's the last click that you guys like? All right, we're on the clock here. Both Fant. Both tight ends go. Done it running back again. God, the people just want me to click Hayden Hurst. I can't do it. I'm never going back. Let's take the risk. At the worst case, Juwan Johnson playing by week 10. Let's take the risk on the falling Juwan in the 17th. I like leaning into uncertainty anyways. Imagine he's playing week 1. Sure. Re-injury risk, all that. Yeah, it's baked in. That's why you're getting him in, the 18th round typically in most drafts. does this team just go a third tight end? Like, we're good at QB, Lamar and Herbert. We have CMC, Connor, Ty Chandler, Ray Davis, Rashawn Johnson. Mike Evans, Kupp, Ridley, Rice as wide receiver 4, but also McConkey right behind him with Palmer, Leggett, Demario Douglas. There's enough here to get Rice to where he's playing football from the suspension, potential suspension, should mention, preface everything like a lawyer. And then this team won't be too far behind in points, if behind at all. So I think the third tight end is where we're going to get the most points from this team. And then this one's just kind of, the last click just kind of is whatever. Hyatt, Malik Washington, I think you can make the case for. It would be a week 16 mini? A week 16 mini? Let's see what this guy does. Yeah, Shipley. I like the Shipley click right now. Jacksonville, Las Vegas, Tennessee. Oh, shit. Live a little bit. And then he said live a little bit. We're going Malik Washington. That we're living. We living now. Cam, head of PR, says pound that smash button. I think I know what he means. Taker, you just found you recently. I thought I'd hop into a few with you. Let's go. Appreciate you, Devin. Told you he's picking out of my player queue. Confirmed. Peep the squad. Deludo, what's up, brother? I'll when this room fills, we'll go back and we'll take a peek at the squads. Toker in the 4 spot in this one. Dude. Hayden Hurst goes. Hayden Hurst goes to the non-Herbs team, which could be fun with Kincaid. This is just a Mike Gesicki pick, isn't it? It's just a Mike Gesicki pick. Oh, no, it's not. We have the player ranks on. We have the player limits on. That's one change I'd love to see, is if you star a player, it should override your player limits. That's one change I'd love to see. And that's one reason why I have to constantly just move my player limits to 3 tight ends. But then that doesn't allow me to auto draft some. Josh wanted the Disley click. Well, it looks like we're leaning into Juwan Johnson and who is that? Juwan Johnson and Njoku? Could be fine. Honestly, okay with that. All right, so those were the last 2 drafts in the mini Schnauzer 4. Let's have a peek. We did 2 different iterations of the Justin Herbert Lamar Jackson stack. Toker got the 1 spot in this one. He goes Mahomes and T-Law with Warren, Tony Pollard, Chase Brown, Miller, Bucky Irving, and Estime. Lamb, Smith, Neighbors correlated with Mahomes, Hollywood Brown, BTJ with T-Law, Burton, Troy Franklin, Jalen Tolbert. Gets the double stack with Evan Ingram and Sanders. Gets the Week 17 bring back with Tony Pollard against the Jags, and Week 17 bring back with Jalen Warren against KC. Nice draft. Oh, Deludo right here. So we were sandwiched. This was a Pounders top 4 in this draft room. Kyler and Drake May is a fun combo. Again, a QB that doesn't have a super early bye week. You're guaranteeing Drake May is playing by week 11, right? That's the thought, at least. Barkley, Achane, White, Spears, and Shipley. I like the Shipley last click right now in this contest, especially. I don't know if I like it as much with Barkley, though. That's where I'd probably push back. I do want to be clicking Shipley right now in these contests that fill quick, but I don't think so when I have Barkley. It's interesting. Hill, Terry McLaurin. Shaheed is wide receiver 3. Whoa, 0. He went 0 receiver, but not overly strong at QB has 3 running backs by Rachaad White. What happened? Double elite tight end potential? Shaheed, Myers, Dotson, Ricky Pearsall, Corley, Michael Wilson, Javon Baker. Semi-double elite tight end. Not the biggest fan of this one. Not going to lie. Shaheed is wide receiver 3 is tough. But I do like the Myers click for that team specifically. Jahan Dotson, Ricky Pearsall, Corley. Correlates Michael Wilson, Javon Baker with the last 2 picks. Gets a double stack with Trey McBride. What happened to Lutz? What happened? RB's definitely strong. Do you stop at 4 here, knowing that you have to catch up a receiver? I guess it doesn't matter. Like, what's a 10th receiver going to do at pick 214? But where you have these 3, should pick 123, should this have been a receiver? And I would probably argue that it should be. I get getting into this range of 94, and in a pounders room, you're probably not looking at a whole lot of talent at receiver. But yeah, tough draft room where you have 4 pounders in a row. Shock with Jalen Hurts and Prescott. It's a strong combo. Derrick Henry, B-Rob, Charbonnet, Algier, Pierce, and Tank Bigsby. Definitely a hero running back build. And I'd even argue like modified with B-Rob as RB2 feels relatively more safe. Jamar Chase, Samuel, Ridley, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Polk, Rashad Bateman, Tyler Boyd, and Ferguson and Goddard is a nice combo at tight end. So he stacks the tight ends. Doesn't luck into any week 17 correlation. Gets a little week 16 mini against Philly with B-Rob. We have, oh wow, shit. We had like 7 pounders in this room. So that's why the draft one was a little tougher. Coop with A-Rich, Daniel Jones, and Fieldies. JT, Monty, Kamara, Wright, and Vidal. AJ Brown, Diggs, Worthy, AD Mitchell, Josh Downs gets that double stack. Nice. Brandon Cooks, Wicks, McCaffrey, Laporta, and Jonnu Smith. I don't know if I'm going Fields on this team. Has the week 17 mini. This is the bring back with Worthy. You don't need a stack Fields, but would I rather even like a Tyler Boyd on this team or just a late receiver to maybe pad some of these rookies? It's balanced. Like I like it. 2 super late QBs, like the cost is basically nothing to pair with A-Rich. You're looking for that week 17 game out of Fields. I would just want 1 pass catcher with Fields. That's all. Ben in the 11 spot. Love, Purdy, and Rodgers, which this is a sick combo at QB. Gibbs, Cook, Joe Mixon, McLaughlin, Tracy, Puka Flowers, Pickens, J-Mo. No surprise. Cortland Sutton, Thielen, Darius Slayton. In my opinion, it's a little light at receiver, but I get the Thielen pick for this specific team. Schultz, Komet, Sinnott, balance there. I guess I just don't understand the Rodgers click. Like, I'd rather lean into these 2. I'd rather just lean into those 2 and the Rodgers click. Even, like, make this a late receiver. Tougher rooms, I'm telling you. The Pounders rooms are tougher. Not seeing 8 teams that are, like, jump out at you is like, wow, this team's definitely advancing. Stroud, Levis, this could be it. Pacheco, Najee, Singletary, Lloyd, Ray Davis. I like the draft allocation here at RB. Drake London, Marvin Harrison, Tank Dell, D-Hop, correlating with both QBs. Palmer, Leggett, Wilson, McMillan, Zay Jones. Very fun. Njoku and Theo Johnson. Very fun team. What was my team in this one? Lamar and Justin Herbert. CMC, ETN, Connor, Chuba Hubbard, Roshan Johnson. I definitely got hashtag my guys in this with some of these percents. Metcalf, Evans, Lab McConkey, C-Watt, T. Lockett, Quentin Johnson, Devontae Walker, Malik Washington with Freiermuth, Henry, and Likely. Fun teams. We'll go over the second draft room now. Oh, you sent me the draft board. I can't wait to see that. Delucid, yeah, that probably should have been a receiver pick, but Spears was like 10 picks past ADP. That's the trap right there. That's the trap. Was planning on getting 10 wide receivers, but I like Shipley better. I agree once you get to that point, like what's the price of going a 10th receiver? What's the chance of that benefiting you more than a 5th running back? So I get that. In this room, we had a minimal amount of pounders here. I think it was just Toker and I. So Toker gets Love and Purdy. I like the combo. Pacheco, Swift, Gus, Marshawn Lloyd, Jaleel McLaughlin, Bucky Irving. I like that as a 6 running back room. Jamar Chase, Debo, DK Metcalf, Christian Watson, JSN, Ricky, Mims, and Khalif Raymond. So it gets this double stack in San Fran, gets a single stack with C-Watt, a little week 17 bring back, and Khalif Raymond, the guy you need. Hashtag the guy you need. And then Andrews and Sanders is early tight end, pair it with a late tight end, someone that you hope to smash. And I like doing that. That's sort of like, you hate to bring it up, but like the Laporta. But even Hunter Henry could have been that guy last year where he was just a good value. If you were pairing him with someone that performed maybe in the middle round, like Evan Ingram or Njoku, like he was on the way to having a good season till the Pats fell apart. How'd you quantify your edge in Bestball? I quantify it in, I think it's best to quantify it in actual cash games. I think that's where it's easiest. If you're doing tournaments, then you could do advance rates. So see what % you're advancing over the average. That's probably the best way to quantify it. And with that edge getting less and less, more and more people looking at content, the way I go ahead and leverage the field a little more, get a little more of an edge, is the overlay available at bestballoverlay.com. Promo code Pounders, all caps, 33% off. Had to drop the promo. But it's true. Like with more teams focusing a little bit of week 16 minis to make that tiebreaker, if there's no week 17 correlation, might be a little tougher to make the finals this year than any other year. There's that to say, there's going to be a lot of new drafters. There's going to be a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, and there is such thing as pod luck. This room, we ended up with Lamar and Justin Herbert, CMC, Connor, Ty Chandler, Ray Davis, Rashawn, with Evans, Kupp, Ridley, Rice, McConkey, Palmer. We get DeMar Douglas for that week 17 bring back. Zay Jones instead of Jasicki, which I don't mind. I don't mind that we get the Zay Jones super late. Njoku, Juwan Johnson, maybe we get the Juwan Johnson return early on. So, not bad. Fellas, if you enjoyed today's live stream, go down, slap the like on the way out, hit the subscribe button. If you want the overlay, link is in the description. Promo code Pounders, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Pounders.